focus, and it is India's space program that we are going to talk about, because it is all set to move into a higher trajectory with the launch of the country's first privately developed rocket, Vikram-S. Rocket that has been built by a startup, Skyroot Aerospace, will be launched by ISRO from its spaceport in Shri Hari Kota.
So far, the space launch vehicle have been developed solely by the state-run ISRO, but after private players were allowed into the sector, India's first rocket built by the private sector is all set to make a demonstration flight, and it is going to carry 3 payloads, 2 of domestic players and 1 foreign entity. And today's rocket launch opens the way for the private sector to play a bigger role in India's space ambitions. So while it is going to be a big day for India, wherein it is of course going to be a milestone when it comes to the space sector, and in a first such rocket is going to be launched at around 11 a.m. from Shri Hari Kota, and this is going to be a big boost for the private sector of the Indian industries, and it is also going to be a big boost for the space ambitions as far as India is concerned.
So if we talk about this entire mission, because this is considered as a very significant milestone for Skyroot Aerospace, as it would help test and validate the majority of the technologies in the Vikram series of the orbital class and of the launch vehicles. That includes many of those subsystems and technologies that would be tested before the liftoff and post the liftoff phases of the launch itself. So a big milestone now, as now private companies are making way as far as the space ambition of India is concerned, because this is a 545 kg Vikram launch vehicle that consists of Vikram 2 and Vikram 3 series, we are told, and the launch vehicle that is equipped with telemetry, tracking, GPS, onboard camera, data acquisition and power systems. That is what the private company has been saying.
And also undoubtedly a new age in India's space sector, wherein ISRO is all set to make history when it launches the first ever private rocket. Let me rope in my colleague Dharini for more on this. Dharini, it is going to be a very crucial day. This in a first and of course in a big milestone. ISRO is going to launch country's first privately built rocket today at around 11 a.m.
Yes, that is very true. It's going to be a huge milestone for the space sector in India. Today will be a big day for the ISRO, also for the Indian space sector. So Vikram-S, which was developed by a Hyderabad-based startup named Skyroot Aerospace, that will be launched from the launch pad in Satish Dhawan Space Center here in Shri Hari Kota. So the launch is scheduled between 11 and 12 p.m. So initially the launch was scheduled for November 15, but due to bad weather conditions, it was postponed to November 18, that is today. So the launch is expected to happen around 11:30 p.m. to be precise, and of course, public are allowed to see the launch from 5-kilometer proximity away from the launch pad. So as you were rightly pointing out, this will be the first ever private rocket to be launched in India after Prime Minister Narendra Modi opened up the space sector for private participation in 2020. So this Vikram-S is a suborbital single-stage solid propellant rocket. So it is powered by Kalam's 80 propulsion system, and this rocket will carry 3 payloads today. 2 from Indian clients and 1 from a foreign client from Armenia. And this rocket, Vikram, it will be climbing to an altitude of 120 kilometers above Earth's surface before splashing into sea. So this is more like a trial run for Skyroot Aerospace. So after this Vikram-S is launched, the Skyroot Aerospace, they are planning
this mission that has been titled as Prarambh, or the beginning, that would be carrying 3 payloads belonging to 2 domestic customers and a foreign client as well, will be standing by when the rocket launch happens today. For the moment, Dharini, thanks very much for joining in. Let's shift our focus.